I want to share with you some stuff that's been happening recently in our local area, and it seems to agree with what God said would be happening in the last days.
Come on now.
And if you are not thinking that we're living in the last days, hang on in there. It seems like it's become common now to hear about folks that are bombing places.
Yes.
Nothing seems sacred anymore.
That's right.
The church used to be a sacred place,
Yes.
but they're bombing churches. They're bombing mosques and Jewish temples.
Come on.
They're shooting down at the schools, the very places that we send our babies.
That's right.
Tell your neighbor, you gotta wake up. You gotta wake up. You gotta wake up. Things are happening around you. They're shooting at our malls where we shop and buy our clothes. You can't even relax in a movie theater. They're shooting and killing in movie theaters and college campuses. Shooting in churches now during prayer meetings. We hear about child abuse, child porn, child sex slaves, children fighting and threatening school teachers and school officers abusing their authority as a resource school officer. Young men killing young men on the streets and young women killing each other as well. Politicians are so divided that the very government that they say they are representing is crumbling. Because they have not realized the scriptures that declare that a house that's divided against itself cannot stand. I don't care if you're the greatest government in the world, if you're divided against yourself, you will never be able to stand. Pastors are so gotten so TV hungry now.
My Lord, come on now.
They
Have your
y'all
way.
never help me.
Have your way. Have your way.
I know nobody don't want to talk about it, but I want to talk about it just for a little bit. Amen. We got pastors now that are leaving their pulpits for a few moments of TV fame
You better come on.
to engage in political fights, not just with politicians, but now with each other. And they get on TV and they talk about each other.
Amen.
But a few months ago, they were preaching in each other's pulpit.
That's right. Come
Oh, y'all gonna help me here.
Help yourself. Help
That's
yourself.
my Baptist coming out now.
All right. Help
Hallelujah.
yourself, sir. All right.
It just seems like everything is going crazy. Prisons are so overcrowded now that they're releasing thousands, but they're locking up thousands.
That's right.
Seems like we're defeating the purpose. Drug addiction is at its highest. You can find just about anything you want now. Heroin and spice. I was looking at the TV the other day and they got this stuff called spice. And, hello somebody. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And folks are taking this synthetic drug now, and they're finding young folks passed out and unconscious on the streets. I'm not talking about in other countries.
That's right. That's right.
I'm talking about right here in San Diego, in Oceanside. They're walking by young people that are unconscious because they were doing these drugs. They got all kinds of meth and cocaine and alcohol, and PCP used to be a thing of the past, but it's coming back again. Ecstasy, and they got stuff called wax now, and Flocka and Oxycontin, and you can't even get painkillers anymore because they're stealing the Vicodin, and y'all ain't gonna help me now. It's just getting crazy now, and Percocet, and we become so common to it now that we don't even have pain, but we yet still take it. The enemy has come and deceived so many nowadays that we've learned how to go to the doctors and tell them we're in pain change so we could get a weed card. Because we want to get high, but we want to try to do it legally. Y'all ain't gonna talk to me here. I'm only talking about the last days that we're living in. And so we found excuses. Some of y'all was arrested back in the day for walking around with weed, but now they're about to legalize it for you. Police officers, they're shooting, oh God, young men and women in the very streets that we drive down. And then they're covering them up with their reports and whatever they're doing, and then they're saying that what we see with our eyes on a video, we really not seeing.
Have your way, God. Have your way.
Can I just be real this morning? Because it's the world that we're living in.
Yes, it is.
I'm not preaching whether I'm for or against anything. I'm just telling you what we're seeing. People are just dying all over the place. They're protesting now and everything now. I don't care what it is, whatever the subject is, somebody is protesting. If you hurt a dog, there's Peter protesting the dog. Now they got Black Lives Matter and All Lives Matter and gun control and same-sex marriage is protesting and religious freedom. Whatever it is, you name it, they're protesting. Brave men and brave women are serving our country brilliantly, losing their lives and their limbs, yet there's really no clear understanding of why they're sacrificing.
Come on now.
They're doing a wonderful job and they're supporting and they're giving their all, but it seems like somebody needs to get a clear reason here now of what we're really doing. Mental illness has touched the lives of many of our loved ones, and people just seem like all over the place are dealing with this thing, and it seems like there's no cure for it. Teen pregnancy on the rise, abortion on the rise, fatherless children on the rise, suicide on the rise. Somebody ought to declare in this place that we are living in the last days.